What's going on, my trainer club? We have the Detective Pikachu event details out in full right now. So, you know what I said I was going to do? I'm going to give you my top tips to help you maximize this event, to get all the best research tasks, and to help you get the most amount of shinies. So, you know what time it is. Welcome to the Trainer Club. Here we go. The official Detective Pikachu event is live, I'm pretty sure, for everybody right now. So, if you haven't already done so, you know that there's some new shinies, you've heard about it, you've read the in-game information. It is going to go on from today, the 7th, all the way until the 17th, which is going to be 2 days before the Torchic Day. So what we're going to do today is we're going to check out the tasks. I'm going to give you a little bit of updated information. I'm going to check out the raid bosses that they were going to say were going to be shook up. And we're also going to look at some of the spawns that are actually happening that are quite rare, actually. So the first thing I want to do is apologize. In my first video, when I was reading over the information, for whatever reason I had double candy just stuck in my head. I was like, double candy, double candy. In reality, it's double catch XP. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm super sorry. The last thing I ever want to do is give you wrong information. That is my absolute last thing. So anytime you see me do information that may be wrong, always check in the pinned comments, because that is going to be where I update you guys. So even if it is information that all looks good, definitely always check in the pinned comments, because anything that needs to be updated, changed, notified for you guys, I always put it in the pinned comments. So let me know, have you got that Shiny Aipom yet? I really want to know how prevalent he is. And when you do get that Shiny Aipom, come back and celebrate, or tweet it at me, or post it on Instagram as your CP, tag me in it, whatever you do, let me know when you get it. I want to see how many of us actually get it and how prevalent it is in the wild. So I have been working super hard, and before we get into all my tips, I just want to tell you that the free pin is live right now. So if you go to thetrainerclubb.com, it is going to take you to my free pin website so that you can go ahead and utilize that. And then also, I'm going to have a couple other exclusive offers in there for you guys that are going to be limited edition. I'm not going to do this anywhere outside of here. So if you want to maybe check out some exclusive gear, as well as maybe some exclusive behind the scenes footage that I'm doing for you guys, definitely check that out. So if it is not live when this video comes out, my plan is to have it live. Check back tomorrow, and I will have that live for you guys. I wanted to say I thank you guys. I appreciate you all for being a part of the Trainer Club. 26,000 subscribers, man. That number just seems so absolutely crazy to me. I just want to thank you guys for being a part, for encouraging me, as well as supporting me along the journey. We are doing big things, and I can't wait to show you guys everything. And anything else that you guys have, definitely drop in the comments. I appreciate you guys. I also wanted to let you guys know that the pin is a pre-order. Meaning we are going to be shipping the pins out in about 2 to 3 weeks. However, I'm not going to have them up that long. I just want to take advantage of all the people that are responsive, that are with me, that have been with me, that want to get this pin, and the other things that could potentially get as well. So all these things are pre-orders. So as soon as I'm done making these, I'm going to ship them out. And the reason why I'm pre-ordering them is because I want to give you guys the best quality that I possibly can get. Like, of course, I can produce products that aren't the highest quality, and then I can have them out to you guys immediately. However, I would prefer to get you guys the highest quality products I possibly can get you. So it's going to take a little bit of time for me to produce these things just to make sure that you have this product. Thank you. The first thing you can do is, I thought you were going to have to purchase these, but they're actually free. You can get a Detective Pikachu shirt or a hat in the shop right now. So go ahead and deck out your guy, get him all suited up, guy or girl, and utilize that. I always like to at least go in and select these garments, because I don't know if they ever go out of the shop, but it feels like if I do wear them or have them on, if there's a time period, then they stay in my style bag. So I'm not sure if that actually is the case, but I always try to get all the free items. I go ahead and utilize those, wear them during the event and afterwards, and then once they disappear, then I choose to change to something else. So I'm not sure if that's actually the case, but that's just what I do, just to make sure. A couple of the event features, we're obviously getting new and increased spawns from Pokemon featured in the movies. We have an increased shakeup in raid bosses, which I'm not really too sure what the shakeup is. It looks pretty similar to me. And also we have Pikachu photobombing. So I did the photobomb. I actually did it with the Charizard. I think it looks pretty cool. Come with the detective hat. Remember, Pikachu can run from you. He ran from me on my one vlog video when we were trying to get the shiny with the ash hat. So he can run from you, and reversal confirmed through a tweet, and he's got connection with Niantic, that the Pikachu with the detective hat will not have a shiny variant in there right now. So As far as we know, there is no shiny variant. I have not seen any reports that have confirmed that there is, so we're just going to take his word for it that he's in contact with Niantic. We believe that. I know that. So that's what we got right now. There's no shiny variant of the Detective Pikachu, and it also looks like you only get one per day. I took 10 photos after the first one. The first one, I got the Detective Pikachu photobomb, and the next 10 did not show up. So if anybody else has more information or has seen more than one show up in one day, let me know on that as well in the comments below. So also, the Shiny Aipom is out. Everybody knows that. I covered that in my last video. Make sure to get up on that. This dude is going to be everywhere. I've already been out a little bit today, and the Aipoms were absolutely everywhere. So I think that the shiny rate is not necessarily increased. It's going to be similar to the Bunnery, if I'm not mistaken, where there's just a ton of them everywhere. So it gives you more encounters, which is a better potential to see the shiny. It doesn't guarantee that you're going to get one, because I didn't see the Bunnery. I actually played a decent amount, but the Psyducks are everywhere too, which I'm hyped. I need that blue shiny. I saw somebody tweet that at me. Congratulations. Anyway, let's get into some of the other tips. The number one tip I'm going to go with is to, one, do the double catch XP. So although it's not the best way to get XP, if you have friends that you're going to do like best friends, or if you're going to do some Azelf raids and you have raids lined up, it's good to pop an egg and utilize that, and then also catch as many of the tier 2 and tier 3 evolutions as possible. Meaning, if you can catch a lot of the Loudreds or the Charizards, right, those are tier 2, tier 3, they're going to be a lot more XP for you to catch. So that's what I would do. Make sure to catch as many of those Loudreds as you can by hand with using Great Balls. Save your Ultra Balls for the Torchic Day, and then just keep catching as many of those as you possibly can. That's what I would do right now. And then Pineapple anything that you need candies. I ran into a Charizard this morning in my neighborhood, and I pineapped it, got that 20 candy on the Charizard, and I also ran into a Flareon that was weather boosted since we have sun. So a lot of these guys are going to have some decent weather boosts, especially the sunny weather is going to be boosting the Charizards as well as the Flareons. So those guys are pretty good for tasks. They give you a decent amount of dust. You're going to want to look out for those guys, and you get the XP as well. So just to recap on the increased spawns, we have Pikachu with a shiny potential, we have Psyduck with a shiny potential, we have Snorlax because he is not in the raids. We're going to cover the raid bosses in a second. Snorlax is an increased wild spawn. He's not in the raids. And then we have Jigglypuff, Loudred, and Charmander. Remember to use that Loudred for that double XP. And then also the Charmander has a shiny potential. And then we have increased spawns of the Snubbull shiny potential. We have Mr. Mime increased spawns. However, I have not seen any reports, and I'm in a couple of pretty popular threads for Pokemon Go in different major cities. I have not seen any Mr. Mime reported increased spawns outside of his general region. So unfortunately, as of right now, I do not know of anything that's happening for that, but if it changes, the pins below, comments, I will pin it up there and I will change and let you guys know anything that changes. So additionally, we obviously have the Shiny Aipom. That's going to be everywhere. We also have a Bulbasaur, which has a potential shiny. And then we have increased spawns for the Squirtle with a shiny potential. Ludicolo also has increased spawns. Great guy to use for that double XP. And then we have increased spawns for the Charizard. Amazing, amazing guy to use for that XP, as well as using for candy if you need Charizard candy. And remember, he does not come in the wild shinies, only the Charmander. Then we also have the Eevee, which does have a shiny potential in the wild. Check out for those Eevees. And then we have the Flareon, which is used in the research task. We'll get there shortly. And then we have the Cubone, which is going to have a shiny potential. So if you don't have the Cubone, make sure to get that. So my tip number 2 is look at this list, know what shinies you need, hunt those Aipoms until you drop, man. Just get those shinies, get the shiny Psyducks. I need that shiny Psyduck. We're going to do some live streams this week to try to get that shiny Psyduck, shiny Aipom. I love doing the live streams for you guys. I think I have a better option figured out with the new phone with the Mob Crush app to help us stream so that I can give a higher quality stream experience, although it doesn't have the front-facing camera like the Android does, but we're still going to get after it and get you guys some streaming footage. And my tip number 3 is going to be a pretty no-brainer. Use the Photo Bomb feature to get the Pikachu every single day because it's going to be rare. This is the first time we've ever seen it, and I don't know if they're going to come out with the Detective Pikachu 2, which would probably be the only other time that would warrant another one of these coming back. So get these. I would even potentially save it because I think at some point or another they're going to come out with an event that's going to increase the chances for lucky friends because it is super, super low right now. As far as what I've seen, I literally have had only 2 people be lucky friends so far. So with that said, I think they're going to have an event in the future, which if you want to, I would save at least one of these guys. If you don't want to trade them all away, at least a couple of them to maybe get a lucky friends. I don't know how into Pikachu you are. Obviously, the more effective Pokemon that are going to be powered up, such as like a Rayquaza, a Shiny Groudon, a Shiny Kyogre, a Mewtwo, a Shadow Ball, are all better options. But what I'm saying, and get this, if there's a ton of more potential to get Lucky Friends, which I can almost guarantee at some point there's going to be an event for it, because they've had increased Lucky Trades, it makes sense to have increased Lucky Friends event at some point or another. Maybe Valentine's Day next year, hopefully before that. But what I would say is save at least one of these, because if you have a ton of these, like let's say you got 10 of your most wanted Pokemon out there and you're like, okay, well, Detective Pikachu is cute, all of mine suck from the photobomb. Boom, let's get Lucky Friends, because I've had so many of them during this event and I'm willing to utilize one on something super cute and super rare like this. And then we're going to check out the 4 research tasks, and for some people out there, you are going to be super hyped on the 4th one that we're going to cover. So the number 1 is going to be catch the seed Pokemon that appears in the river, which is going to give you a Trico, which has a shiny potential. So I'm hyped on this one. I have been looking for another shiny Trico because I'm like, man, I really want another decent IV Trico that's a shiny. I don't have a good one, but I want one. So if I can get one from a research task, I'm going to be super hyped on this. And the 100% IV for the Trico at level 15 is 451. So keep that number in your head. Look out for that shiny Trico in that research task. And the second research task is going to be catch the Pokemon that is the fire evolution of Eevee, which is not very hard to figure out. There's only one. It's a Flareon. So catch the Flareon, and then you're going to be able to get an Arcanine. And the Arcanine is going to have a 100% IV of 1298. Unfortunately, the Arcanine cannot have a shiny potential. It's only the Growlithe as of right now. And that's going to be catch 2 of them. So you need to catch 2 Flareons for this task. And then we're going to catch the Water-type Pokemon that is carried in a backpack, which is going to be a Psyduck. So you have to catch a Psyduck, and then you're going to get a Magikarp with a shiny potential, 100% IV, 117. I think everybody's familiar with that one. And then for the final task, I'm hyped on this one because I would love another one of these guys that's 100%. We're going to catch 10 Aipom, Jigglypuff, or Snubbull. And if anybody's still working on this or needs this task, I've seen some people out there, how do you get this Pokemon? It is going to be, for the first time in the research task, a Ditto, right? Oh man, that's super hype. So you're going to be able to get a Ditto, and the 100% IV is going to be 356. And I don't know why I'm so hyped about this, because the Pokemon is not super relevant, but you know, how common do you actually get to be like, oh, here's a Ditto that can be a good IV right here in front of you? Like, wow. And I've already been out a little bit today and I saw that research task, and the Aipoms are freaking everywhere, so you're going to be able to get that Pokemon pretty easily. So get those guys, make sure to hunt these research tasks, get after it, try to get that shiny Trico, as well as the Ditto, as well as the Magikarp. Utilize this as much as you possibly can. Some of these tasks seem pretty easy. Flareon seem to be decently out there, and just go ahead and make sure to get those Dittos. Just trade them, get lucky Dittos, whatever you want to do with them, but stack them up. And if you have the research tasks from any of the other events that you don't have completed that include a Ditto, off the top of my head, I know that it was in the Mew, I believe it was, but I can't remember if it was in any of the other ones. But if there are and you're waiting on it, this is the perfect time for you to do that. So this task, getting 10 of those Pokemon, is going to be for you. And for the Raid Boss Shakeup, I'm just going to go ahead and read these guys to you. So we have EX Raid is going to be Deoxy's defense form. We have the Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf in the correlating regions. And for the number 4, tier 4, we're going to have Absol, which is going to have a shiny potential. We're going to have Tyranitar. So if you don't have a Tyranitar or you need more Tyranitar, definitely do this. We have Houndoom, Shiftry. We have the Alolan Marowak, which does have a shiny potential. We have the Raichu starting in tier 3. Alolan Raichu, shiny potential. We have the Gengar. We have the Sharpedo. We have the Scyther with the shiny potential. So if you guys feel like doing these type of raids, get out there, do these. We have the Machamp. Machamp, super useful for anybody that doesn't have a good fighting type Pokemon. We have Sneasel, which could turn into Weavile, which Weavile has been a super effective Pokemon. So definitely search those guys out. For anybody but Azelf, Weavile is going to be super good for you. And then we have the Mawile, we have the Pineco, we have the Misdreavus, and we have the Executor, regular Executor. So the Misdreavus, the Mawile, and the Pineco, they all have the shiny potentials. And then we're going on to tier 1. We have the Shinx, has a shiny potential. We also have the Drifloon, which has a shiny potential, the Duskull, which has a shiny potential, as well as the Shuppet with a shiny potential. So it looks like a lot of these guys have shiny potentials. The Machamp, if you don't have a good Machamp, definitely good to do. We also want to get the Tyranitar. Besides that, the functionality of these Pokemon are not super up there. You can do it, there's decent Pokemon in there, like Shifter's decent. We have the Houndoom is pretty decent. Absol is decent, right? They're all pretty decent Pokemon. I wouldn't say that anything is like super gung-ho. So what I would do for these raid bosses is go after the shinies, right? So any of these ones that you want shiny, or any of these ones that you don't have, or you're trying to get a better one, utilize these guys. And don't forget about your Lake Guardian Pokemon. Go ahead and use those guys if you want to. Just depends on what's going on. More of the focus for me in this event is going to be for the grinding. Grind, grind, grind. Get out there. Use star pieces if you're grinding a super hard amount just to get more Stardust. Also, use those lucky eggs. I would suggest maybe not recklessly using the lucky eggs. I'm almost at 100 million. I think I'm a little bit, 1.1 million away from 100 million. So I'm going to hit that definitely soon. I got a couple best friends coming up. So the best friends, good way to utilize it. If you have any best friends, ultra friends, great friends, go ahead and pop an egg and then grind the rest. Maybe do a raid in there as well so you can maximize on that XP. Because if you could pop like 3 best friends, 600,000, an ultra friend or 2, 200,000, right? And then maybe a couple great friends. So now we're at like 600,000 plus 200,000. So we're at 800,000, and then maybe we add 40,000 in there, so we're 840,000. We do a raid, 860,000. Maybe we catch for half an hour, and then maybe we're at 900,000 in a half hour. So that's really how you maximize the XP game right now, because that's going to be how you do it. So anybody that's not 40, definitely use that strategy. If you're looking for the 100% IVs for these raid bosses, check the pinned comments below, and for any updates, I will also update the pinned comments. Instead of going through them all with you, I'm just going to give you a list of all the 100% IVs so you can check those out. Most of them are pretty easy to beat. Tier 4s are a little bit harder, but it's okay. Just go in there with a little bit bigger of a party size, 3-4 people. Unless you're looking to duo them, then you would have to do a little bit more research into these raid bosses. But we fought these guys quite commonly. Tier 1s you don't need to worry about. Tier 2s not really need to worry about. Tier 3s not so soloable. I mean, you could solo them, but if you're not super maxed out, maybe 2 people. And then tier 4s can be 3 to 4 people. I would suggest 4 people if you want to be comfortable and you're not a super high level. But besides that, just hunt the shinies, get out there, play as much as you can, utilize that XP with the catching, combined with the raiding, combined with the friends popping. Don't be super reckless with those eggs. Save them up. There's going to be a better opportunity for the eggs. But most importantly, Shiny Aipom, get the Dittos, do the research tasks. Check my other video out that's going to help you out with the other research tasks that aren't just the Detective Pikachu, especially catch those 5 water type Pokemon to try to get that new shiny seal. So we have the Drifloon and the Shuppet in the raids as well as the research tasks. So if you don't feel like doing the raids and burning raid passes on those guys, you can always look out for the research tasks. So as always, thank you for tuning into the Trainer Club. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, drop in the comments. And I know I've been providing you guys a ton of value. I would appreciate you guys to stay subbed to my channel so I can continue to update you on the best knowledge that you can utilize to maximize your game in Pokemon Go. So thank you for tuning in, guys. Ooh.